I am Vinnie Tortorich, folks. Your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed, just like the woman who seems to come in here every week, whether I want her to or not, the beautiful, the vivacious, the woman who got naked on stage as a freshman in college at Kansas State, Kansas
How dare you?
University
University of
of
Kansas,
Kansas.
Rock Chalk.
Yeah, that's her voice right there. Miss Gina Grad. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. My
Yeah.
goodness. Oh, feels good to be here. Always happy to be here. Um, Vincent, can I call you Vincent? Um,
Called that before.
it's funny. For some reason, that's become your name in our house. Because my little stepson, who's now 8, is constantly referring to you. There's a lot of Vinny questions. In fact, when we were going, he made us watch all of our wedding footage over and over again. He kept, is that one Vinny? Is that one Vinny? There's Vinny. I see Vinny. Really into you.
I'm like Waldo.
You are.
Right?
You are. And yeah, so a lot of Vinny questions. And then he asked out of nowhere, is Vinny a boy's name or a girl's name? And I said, well, I've never heard it as a girl's name.
It's
That's
both.
new.
It's both.
I've never heard Vinny as a female
Oh,
name.
yeah, yeah. You got to be it's kind of like Charlie. You got to be a pretty sexy ass
Yeah,
woman to be
to be
Vinny.
a Vinny.
And my great grandmother, Mama Virginia, her name was actually Vincenza.
Vincenza.
And,
Interesting.
but that's a common Italian name for girls. But when you get to the United States and you
Yeah.
Vincenza, you change it to Virginia.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So ever since he asked that, we've just been calling you Vincent. So there isn't any confusion.
You could go all the way to Vincenzo Giuseppe Tortorici if you want to, which is
I would love to.
yeah, you could go
I
all the way.
accept. I just have to tell you a dummy cook thing that you probably do every single day of your life at every meal. And I do sometimes, but sometimes it just doesn't, I don't think of it. Can I just tell you the easiest, dumbest thing that everyone's already doing, but just in case you forgot to do it? I made steak last night because, I'm a big steak eater now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to cook it perfect. Oh my God, it's great. So I was going to do steak and zucchini pasta, just zucchini ribbons. And I thought, oh, how do I flavor this up? Should I melt a little butter? Should I put a little salt and pepper? I go, what the hell am I talking about? I took the steak off the pan. I had the liquid gold in there. I tossed this giant pile of zucchini noodles in there and just tossed it to coat with all that beautiful steak juice. And I got to tell you, it was the most sumptuous meal I've had in days.
Yes,
What was I doing? Not doing that.
I'm going to take you to a new level.
Oh, shit.
This is going to be mind bending.
Okay.
Do exactly what you did, except get kohlrabi.
Oh, okay.
You can get kohlrabi to get closer to a pasta type consistency, and it's delicious. Go with kohlrabi.
Huh. It's a German turnip.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever had kohlrabi
it's
knowingly.
it's good. We do it. I don't know how Serena cooks it. I don't know if it's steamed or boiled, or I don't know how she cooks it down, but I can get her to give you the recipe. But then I'll see it in the pan after it's been somehow cooked down a bit. It'll be in a stir fry like,
Oh,
and she's putting in heavy cream
yeah.
and Parmigiana, fresh,
Oh,
and black pepper and salt and everything else. And then she'll put a little pile of that, and then on top put a big piece of fish.
can
Right?
I move in?
Yeah, I mean it's the woman. People go, "Oh, what do you guys just eat steak every night?" No,
Oh,
no, we don't. It's just we have these kind of meals every night, and it's not expensive, right? We buy fish on sale.
yep.
You know, Trader Joe's has good fish you can get. You can get the salmon, you get whatever you want, or you could go get a nice white fish. Boom,
Mm.
right there on top.
Flaky. I'm so happy to hear you say that. I know you've said it multiple times, but there's such a stigma around, oh yeah, fine. You want me to eat healthy? What do you think? I'm a Rockefeller? I live paycheck to paycheck. Sorry, I don't live like you. I'm
Right.
so glad you hammer home that this is not, you don't have to shop at the places that you think influencers shop at. It's not necessary.
I'm an influencer. I don't shop at those places.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And the other thing we'll do with that same dish, boom, shrimp.
Mm,
Dozen, maybe,
mm.
15, 18 shrimp in there. Split it up. I come down here. I
Oh,
watch my television. She's up there watching her
oh.
television. Boom.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Were you implying that she makes this incredible meal, puts all this time into it, and then you take your food and go to another TV, and she takes her food and goes to another TV?
Was speaking Swahili. Now, once or twice a week, well, on the weekends, we always eat together, you know. Um, and maybe once during the week, like I'll see that the table's set up. That means we're
Sure.
eating upstairs. Like
Right.
there's no question.
Right.
But this time of year is never Thursday night because it's Thursday night football.
Sure.
So I'm just
Sure.
finishing up with Anna. She's already had her dinner. I come down and I start uploading and I eat at my desk. Yeah, that kind of.
Okay.
So it's not,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought it was like everybody plates their food and it's like, okay, see you in an hour. I get it.
Yeah,
You're eating on the
probably,
go.
yeah. Sometimes we eat together.
I thank you for clarifying because I was really getting pissed.
We rarely go out for dinner anymore.
Yeah, we don't either.
It's expensive for no reason, and it's never as good as we could. Look, when you have a gourmet chef in your house,
Oh,
go out and you get disappointed, and they're putting seed oils in, and you're begging them, don't bring bread, and is sugar in that, and if I want to have a special drink on the weekends, I can make it without sugar.
right.
But you can't trust that in restaurants. So it's
No.
unless another couple says, "Hey, let's go out somewhere," we'll do it then.
Yeah. We're totally the same.
The money you save on not
Oh.
going out is just amazing.
Well, and also I'd say this is a Jewish thing, but something tells me the Italian heritage can subscribe to this as well. I don't if I'm making dinner, which I do almost every night, I don't make enough for, two adults and a child. I make enough for 6 adults and 3 children because if I'm spending all this time and money on the food, I want it to last. I'll make it into leftovers or I'll eat it the next day or whatever. I'm not just making meal by meal like I work in a restaurant. So that's how I like and I love to bulk up food. That's goes way back to my mom and Jews and you have to make it last. And so, and this now everyone does it, but I thought I invented it. If we're doing, tacos and I'm doing ground beef or ground turkey, you know what? I'm going to throw a just an easy frozen bag of steamed cauliflower rice in it. Just bulk it up, taste the same. They don't know the difference. Now there's more food and I don't have to, bitch at anyone to eat their salad or whatever. So you can bulk it up your own way. You can split it into 2 meals and you ain't doing that at a restaurant these days.
No, and we actually, we will do a gumbo
Oh.
with cauliflower rice.
Mm-hmm.
We make the cauliflower rice ourselves unless we trust it. You can find some good stuff.
Right.
And we make such a bulk of it that we cool it down and freeze it. So then, 2 weeks from now, you just pull it out, thaw it out, heat it up. It's just as good as the original.
Thank you. Exactly. I'm so glad we stumbled onto this because I know people are cash strapped right now. I know we are. I mean, you go home from the grocery store and you're like, what exactly did I just spend $300 on? Because I can carry this in one trip. So yeah, we're all coming up with better ways to eat. And one of them, frankly, involves not going out. Yeah. So I'm happy with that.
I feel bad for restaurants. And I get it. I know why they have to use cheaper ingredients. I think I heard a Mike Rowe show where he had an expert on, and I think they said that over 100,000 restaurants closed down nationwide during the pandemic, and those places are not coming back.
No.
And, with the price of everything in restaurants run on a razor thin margin, you look at that and you go, well, there goes that,
Absolutely.
And we can afford it because it's just the 2 of us, but we can eat a lot better food at home by cutting that. I'm a budget guy. I can run, if I ever stop doing a health podcast, I could just run a financial podcast and teach people how to save money.
I love that.
But part of all of it is, what do we pay to put food in our mouth? And you have to include the going out budget. Well, if you're not going out, then that portion of that budget can go right into better food in the house.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that, because you know what, like we used to say on the show, like if we do stir fry or something, you know what it becomes the next day? I scramble eggs and I do it that way. You know, there's just always, I love repurposing. I love doing that. And I did a turkey tenderloin in the crock pot 2 nights ago. And I did it with the gravy, and it was, the sauce, the au jus, and it was fantastic. And I said, this is turkey and blah, 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 blah. The first thing my little stepson does when he puts a piece in his mouth, he likes to be dramatic. So he'll fall back in his chair with his eyes closed. And after I said, this is turkey tenderloin, he goes, this is the best chicken I've ever had. Because to him, it's all the same. Yeah. So yeah, just there's plenty of ways that aren't, begging for McDonald's and stuff to make kids happy.
Yeah. And look, I went to Trader Joe's. We ran out of eggs for some reason. I went to Trader Joe's. I grabbed the best eggs they had, and I got 3 dozen. And at checkout, I was south of $10. So I don't want to hear that food is so expensive and 36 eggs. Yeah. 36 eggs. Think about that. 2 eggs is a meal.
Right.
Right. I got 36 of them, south of $10. I mean,
yeah. You got 18 meals.
Yeah. That's a lot of eating.
Yeah, we can absolutely make it work because we have to. I mean, we all do right now. There's a story that I really, really just want to touch on because it's so up your alley. You probably already know, if you know, actually, because you don't live here anymore. So this might not be on your radar. But, for all the crap our governor gets, he did something interesting. And I just want to tell you about it and read you a couple lines from it. This is from the Daily Mail. California becomes the first U.S. state to ban cancer-causing food additives. They're calling it the Skittles Ban. It's going to force 12,000 different junk foods to change their recipe or face fines. And I just want to read you a little from the article, okay? So this is, candy companies, all kinds of companies that, linked to cancer and mood disorders. The bill gives food companies 3 years to strip their ingredients or they face fines of up to 10 grand. I hope that's per sale of, Skittles packet. Otherwise, that's not a big deal. So I just want to break down what the ingredients are that they have to get rid of. And you tell me what you think. The 4 newly banned additives: brominated vegetable oil, potassium bromate, propylparaben, and red dye number 3. And I can give you a quick sentence on each of those. So studies show, and this is all from Daily Mail, studies show that red dye number 3, it's a food dye in tons of candies, can cause cancer in laboratory animals in very high doses and has been linked to behavioral issues in children. Brominated vegetable oil made from plants and used for citrus flavoring is suggested to harm the body's nervous system following long-term exposure. Also linked to chronic headaches, memory loss, impaired balance. It was previously in Mountain Dew, and they had to remove that in 2020. Propylparaben, sounds like a doll, often used as a preservative in baked goods, has been linked to fertility issues in mice, disrupting estrogen in females and reducing sperm count in males. And finally, potassium bromate, found in many baked goods too, has been linked to the development of thyroid and kidney cancers. And it's in a ton of processed food to make dough rise. This is food that is normal. It's in most kids' lunch bags. It's in everyone's vending machines. We've been popping this stuff into our mouths our entire lives.
Okay, not you guys.
Right.
Bravo, California. But why did you stop with 4 or 5 different things? I mean, I created a whole vitamin company based around the fact that I didn't want titanium dioxide in my vitamins. That stuff causes, even in nanoparticles, it causes colon cancer. Where are we on that? Why? And I sound like a broken record when I talk about this. Magnesium stearate, right? We use that as an excipient or a flow agent. Oh wait, magnesium, that's
That's
good for you.
good.
No, magnesium stearate is something that lets things slip through machines easier so that you can make products faster. Again, vitamins have that. They use it in, you look at all of your processed junk food is going to probably have it. You might have titanium dioxide and all of that crap. Why did you stop with 5 things? Why not go on and on and on? Because when you go down the list, the bottom line is going to be, well, we can't have junk food at all in California, therefore anywhere else in the nation, right? So my question is okay, why did you stop there? Right? Was it easy for these companies to take those out?
Probably.
Is that thing I always talk about. When you come to the state of California, they made goose pate illegal.
Right.
And you would say, well, why did they do that? Well, you have to force feed a goose sugar and grains. You got to force feed them that so that they could get fatty liver, because fatty liver is that's how you get really good goose pate. And
wait a second.
Yeah. Okay, we know that when you force feed sugar and grains, you're going to get fatty liver because it happens in a goose, and you made that illegal. But Gina sent me a picture of her son and what was in his packet, in his school bag for one day. And Gina, what was in that bag? Remind me of the type of stuff that was in that bag.
Every kind of cracker and chip, and probably uncrustable, like the shelf stable uncrustable peanut butter and jelly and juice and all that kind of stuff.
So sugar and grain.
Yeah,
so
exclusively.
The one thing that we made it illegal because we were worried about the poor fucking goose, right? But Gina's kid goes to a school and that they're force feeding him that. So bravo on getting the ball rolling, but
the first step.
I don't see jack shit that just happened. You really want to impress me, California? Get the crap out of the schools. Get it. Everybody's so interested in vaccinating kids up the yin yang, yet they're feeding them crap in schools. And I know when I was in California, every time we went out with other parents, everybody, I got to get my kid into this school, got to get my kid into that school. It's all about the school so they could go off and go to the right college and get rich and all this crap. Okay, great. The 2 things you need for your kid's brain to grow. Number 1, get them off of junk. Number 2, let them exercise. Every study out there shows that the brain grows when the kid can take a break and exercise. And those are the 2 things we cut out of school. So California, you really want to do something? Why don't you get the president's physical fitness test back into the schools? Why aren't we doing that? Because I used to go walk around the track with Jeannie Francis. Remember Jeannie Francis? You know who Jeannie Francis?
Name sounds. Hold on.
She was a child star, and she was probably the most famous woman ever in the afternoon soap operas.
Oh, of course, from General Hospital, Laura.
Yeah, Laura.
Luke and Laura.
So Jeannie and I would go jogging around the track at Calabasas, right? And a PE class would come out. There was a male coach and a female coach. The kids would come out. Nobody ran out on the field. They would sit in the middle of the field because it's Calabasas. It's sunny out there. They're lounging around, looking at their phones, sitting around. What do you think the 2 coaches were doing?
The same.
They were walking and jogging around the track, just like Jeannie and me.
Oy.
Twirling their whistle on their finger, having a conversation, small talk, and the whole thing, the whole time. And I said, Jeannie, look at that. Look at that. I said, there's a soccer net set up right there. They could be kicking soccer balls. They could be doing anything on this field. But the coach don't care. No one cares. Everybody's getting that teacher pay to do nothing. They're walking around the track. Nobody's getting exercise. The one thing that will help your brain, they're not doing. Right? And by the way, half the time when we're going around the field, you get a whiff of pot. So I'm getting the whiff of pot from the PE class. The teachers have to be getting a whiff of pot. But nobody's saying anything.
You're absolutely right. And to tack on to that, the very fact that schools have contracts with junk food, with vending machines, and with now when we were in high school, it was so exciting because the Domino's cart would come and we could buy Domino's by the slice. And it's like, what are you doing? What but the food, the institution food you get at school isn't much better. You see in other countries, like, I love this. I want to say it's in Japan. The kindergartners, as part of the curriculum, make their lunch. So they put on their little gloves, they put on their little aprons, they cut their little fruit with, plastic knives or whatever they cut. And they're taught how to do it, and they make their lunch and they serve it to each other. And they're eating food, real food that they make. Yeah. And we just go through the slop line, and nothing's changed since we were kids. It's the same stuff. Do you want chicken tots and mac and cheese and a corn muffin, or do you want pizza bagel bites and what the bean and cheese burrito?
The food didn't taste that good when I was in junior high and high school and all that, but it was real food.
Right.
Right. They had real meat on that plate every day, or fish. I remember, like, the crappiest meal was on a Friday. Maybe once a month they would do fish sticks, and everybody went nuts over fish sticks. Yeah. And I was sitting there going, this isn't even, what is it? I don't even know what this is. Right. Fish stick.
Kids love fish sticks.
I know. It's like, but there was other stuff on the plate. And of course, we played football on Friday nights. So I would always go get a big sub over at Graffio's. You get the big sub in the morning. Sure. Hey, double meat on there. Double it up. We got a game tonight.
Right.
Right. But that's what the team did. You would see all the football players at Graffio's in the morning. Because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to eat fish sticks and go try to beat another team on fish sticks? You got to be insane. No football team has ever won on fish sticks.
You could quote him on that.
The Kelsey brothers don't bang what's her name? Swift over there on fish sticks. Travis Kelce has never had a fish stick. I can guarantee you that. Okay. You don't get Taylor Swift on a fish stick.
Oh my God. You're insane.
Debbie, I think you just got your Instagram for this show. You don't get Travis Kelce on the fish stick. You don't get Taylor Swift. But am I right?
You're right. You're right. And I think, to combine your points, what you're saying is, but when you're just sitting around all day on your phone, fish sticks are good enough. You're not going to get tired when you're just sitting there anyway. You're not going to run out of steam.
I did an Instagram yesterday. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, he's going to plug it in.
I got to plug it in.
Here he goes.
This is highfalutin over here.
Yeah, look at you.
All right, let me see if we can get it going. Let me turn, I think it's on that one. I'll turn that one up. All right, let's see if I can grab it here. Miss Gina.
Here he goes.
Not yet. Hang on. I can't find me. Oh, here I am. Here. All right. You talk about looking at your phone.
Yep.
It reminded me of this. Here we go. The average American lives about 77 years. That's just over 28,000 days. Now consider this. If you take 7 hours out per day on death scrolling on a phone and another 8 hours to sleep, you've now used up 63% of your life. And when you add in things like work, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, well, you get the point. You're fresh out of time. My question to you, do you want to spend the rest of your life looking at a cell phone? Stay motivated.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So you want to sit around and eat your fish sticks and death scroll? Is that a life?
It's fun. I'm glad you put it that way, because we all feel, no matter what we've experienced or whatever, it's I think a human survival technique to feel like you have all the time in the world and it's always going to be there. And when you break it down into numbers, that really puts things in perspective quickly. Because I could tell you, I don't know. I mean, it's just a day. I'll have another one tomorrow. When you put it like that, that's game changing.
Not only that, I at 61 years old, life expectancy is 77. So let's say I got another 20 years in me. Let's say I got 81 in me. Let's say I got 20 years. When I look back to 20 years ago, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'll be 80. Tomorrow, when 20 years ago felt like yesterday, 80 is tomorrow.
Right.
I got so much more time behind me than in front of me. And I'd be damned if I'm going to eat a fish stick and look at this damn thing. I'd be damned. Life is too short. You know? I mean, you go, well, what do you and Serena do? Well, you eat your food downstairs. She's upstairs watching below deck. What are you guys doing? We work in the yard together. We laugh together. We do things together all the time. That's what life is. Don't waste your life waiting for your life to start, folks, because it's not going to work that way. Life is happening while you're waiting for life to start. I know you heard that before. It's got to be a meme.
It sounds like John Lennon. Life's what happens to you while you're busy making other plans.
Yeah. That's life. Don't let it get away from you. Gina, tell people where they can find you and tell them all about your book.
Well, this is something that I'm very proud of that took a lot of my days that I think were well spent. My Extra Mom, a gorgeously illustrated, not by me, which is why I can say that, children's book about having a step parent. I encourage everyone who knows anyone with a step parent to get it. There's tons of activities in the back for families in general. So please do go get that on Amazon. Click through Vinnie's banner on his website. It doesn't cost you anything, but he gets a little something, something. And then you got the book. And working on the next one right now, My Extra Dad, which has been heavily requested. So trust us, it's happening. And of course, the Brian and Gina Show, the official podcast of Los Angeles Magazine, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Remember to sign up for my newsletter. You want to do that because I've been sending it out and letting people know how you could get on that thing that everyone wants to be part of. You get to be one of 10 people, and we've been doing it every Friday. So go check that out. But you have to be on my email list if you want to hear about them. That's where I'm letting people know. And of course, I got the NSNG newsletter. I got the NSNG. You can get for $10. You can get the signing up for the newsletter is free, but you can get my PDF. So go check all of that out. This song came to mind while Gina and I were talking, so I'm going to play a little bit of this on behalf of Gina Grad. My name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living, and let's do it with chairman of the board, Mr. Sinatra himself, with a little song called That's Life.
I love this song.